Hello, beautiful mama. So happy Monday to you all. So I know that is weird to say happy Monday, but I want to say happy Monday because first off, today wasn't promised us, but also the fact that you are here means that you are ready to make sure that you are living the kind of life that you will be proud of and that your family will be proud of. But here's the deal. Well, first off, before I get into it, let me just let you guys know, especially if this is your first time here, that I'm Denise Boyd, the unprofessional mom, and I believe that moms should put themselves first. So there are a lot of people who would say that's crazy, but for me, I think that it has actually helped me to kind of get out and do some things that I normally wouldn't do because as moms, what we normally do is we actually think that, our kids should go first. But I believe that you should be first because when you put yourself first, then, my friend, you are able to actually show up fully and completely for everyone else because the world will tell us to actually be everything we can for our kids, for everyone else, for our spouse, but never about us. And I think that is so crazy. So forgive me because I want to make sure I am sharing this in all the places, all the places. Okay. So today is episode 26, and this episode is one of my favorites because it's about a legacy. And I don't know about you, but I am so, I don't know. To me, I just think it's so important for moms to leave a legacy. And there's so many moms who really don't think about themselves when it comes to leaving a legacy, and they should. But here's the deal. Today, I want to go into it. Today is all about legacy building, reflecting and creating on the legacy, reflecting on and creating the legacy you want to leave for your children because I think it's so important. So first off, a lot of us think about legacies and, it's all about the kids, not about us. But here's the problem opportunity. The opportunity here is building a legacy worth leaving. And not just that, I should have said building a legacy worth living because here's the deal. If you are going to leave a legacy worth leaving, then you have to become the living legacy. So look, if you are not a living legacy yet, it's okay. You can be one. There's still time, but you just have to decide, okay, I'm going to do this. It's all about making a decision because this what I'm doing right now didn't happen until I made a decision. And if I'm honest, I never wanted to do this. So whatever it is that you're doing in your life right now, actually stop and think about it. And I'm going to give you my solution. And my solution is going to help you to become more aware of where you are at this moment and where you want to be. And it will help you kind of leave that legacy. And people try to make it seem like leaving a legacy is like one of the hardest things to do. And it is, but it's not. And I'll explain how or why. So the solution is learn. And this is an acronym. So first of all, I like the word learn because every day, you all, I'm learning about me. And the reason I'm learning about me is because I want to know how I can actually show up better for me, for my family, for the world. Because I think it was Lisa Nichols. She said, I don't want to die and hear, well done, good and faithful servant. I don't want to get to the end of my life and hear, well done, good and faithful servant. I want to get to the end of my day and hear, well done, good and faithful servant. And I'm like, okay, like that's what I want. But it goes even deeper than that. So one thing, in order to be able to do that, you really have to learn about yourself and what you're truly capable of. And so let me just go ahead and break down this acronym right quick. So for the L, you're going to leverage yourself for your goals and aspirations. So and for yourself, leverage yourself for yourself. So there's so many of us, we are everyone else's leverage. We're our kids' leverage. And if you're married, you're your spouse's leverage. If you're in a relationship, you're your significant other's leverage. If you have a job, you're your employer's leverage. You're everyone else's leverage. And people are probably calling on you because they know you're going to do it. Because it's moms who are hands-on in our family with our kids and everything. We're going to do everything, and they know we are, but we have to leverage ourselves for ourselves sometimes. And we actually really have to sometimes say no to other things that aren't in our best interest. So one thing I want you to think about, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but if you haven't, this is for you. So if you are telling someone else yes, make sure you're not telling yourself no, okay? There should be something that's mutually beneficial. Yes, it's okay to want something out of it, okay? All right. So, hello, Facebook user. I'm not sure who this is, but hello. All right. So now, after that, I want you, the E is to embrace all of you, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I'm only saying this because for me, at first I didn't even want to be aware of who I truly was because, yo, this kind of scary. But the honest thing about this is the fact that when you become aware of you and you embrace all of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, then you are aware of what you can truly do because you know you can't operate in the bad. Like if you are not good at, let's see, golfing, why would you try to earn a living in golfing? Like, don't try to earn a living or don't try to be something you're not, is all I'm saying here. And sometimes we try to be something we're not without even realizing it. So, what I want you to do is just embrace who you are. Like, I'm clumsy, y'all, and I know that about me, and I embrace it. I have corny jokes. I know that about me, and I embrace it. Like, it's just me. And I'm at the point where I don't even care what people think anymore. Like, I smile almost all the time. People look at me like, why is she smiling? Like, I'm always smiling. But that's me. And when I was younger, I really thought that it was weird for me to smile because everyone else was just like, their resting faces were like frowns or, just not inviting. But for me, I was always smiling. But when I was younger, I just thought to myself, okay, I got to stop smiling. No one else is smiling. I was actually trying to be like everyone else instead of trying to embrace who I was. So now I smile. I talk to people. I speak. That's what I do, whether they speak back or not, because I'm going to be me and I'm not going to let how anyone else is determine who I am because I am me. All right, the A, always ask yourself high quality questions. So, what I'm saying here is avoid simply pointing out problems. And I think it was Bob Proctor. He was like, any dummy can point out problems. I want someone who's going to think. And the best way to think is to ask yourself high quality questions. Like, for example, when my kids do something like, for let's see, my 5-year old and sometimes my 7 and 9-year old, they will go and do some crazy things. Like they'll make some different random experiments out of their food or out of something that we would never expect. And instead of me letting it trigger me, I ask myself, well, why is this bothering me? Sometimes you have to ask, why is this bothering me? Could this really be a problem? Am I stunting their creative growth? Like ask yourself questions before just jumping to certain conclusions or just being triggered or just reacting. Instead, respond. So, in order to respond, you have to ask yourself some high quality questions, cause yourself to think. And I used to think that I was thinking, but I realized I just had mental activity, and mental activity and thinking are not the same thing. So, always ask yourself high quality questions. All right. The next one, this is the R. I want you to realign your lifestyle to include your passions, your gifts, your talents, because if you're going to leave a legacy, you have to be you. Like there is no way to leave a legacy if you're not you. And when you start to realign your lifestyle to include your passions, your gifts, your talents, what's going to happen is you're going to be offering people value that only you can offer. And guess what? People pay for value. And I would love to go in depth on how you can turn this into an actual income. But for now, I'm giving you the foundation because it's hard to leave a legacy if you don't know who you are, right? And if you're not living in your true self, your trueness. And I don't know, it's a phrase that people say, I have to live my truth. Well, a lot of them, when they say that, they don't even realize what their truths are. Your truth is actually who you are at your core. Like realigning your life, yourself, your lifestyle to include your passions, your gifts, your talents. That's what's important. And then the end, never stop becoming more aware of yourself. The more you become aware of yourself, the more you're able to do things. Like for me, for example, like I never wanted to do social media. I never wanted to go live. I never wanted to do videos. But when I became aware of what I had, I'm like, why in the world am I holding this to myself? And I love technology. So yeah, so that's why I'm here. And this is helping me build my legacy, but that's only because I actually sat down and decided, okay, I want to be a living legacy. And in order to be a living legacy, I have to be true to who I am. I have to learn more about me and let that shine, regardless of what everyone else thinks. Because here's the true thing: you cannot leave a legacy if you are not you authentically. and without even caring, unapologetically. Okay. So, my hope for you today is that you would truly be unapologetically you. And the way to do that is to learn more about you, leverage yourself for your goals and your aspirations. Embrace all of you, the good, the bad, the ugly. Always ask yourself high quality questions and avoid simply pointing out problems, because anyone can point out problems, but I want you to level up by actually asking yourself those questions, and then realign your lifestyle to include your passions, your gifts, your talents. And when you do that, things are really going to change. And then the last one, the end, never stop becoming more aware of yourself, because the more you become aware of yourself, the more you'll be able to level up that legacy and truly leave a legacy, not just for your children, but also for your children's children and their children and their children. Because think about it, Sam Walton, he had to become a living legacy before his family. You know, Sam Walton owns well, he founded Walmart. Before his family could even have that legacy, he had to be the living legacy. John D. Rockefeller, in order for the Rockefellers to actually have a legacy, he had to be the living legacy. So, mamas, I'm here to encourage you to become a living legacy. And listen, I would love to get on a call with you. I would give you an hour free of my time, because I want to help you. And I promise that's all I want. If you want to go further, that's fine. But what I want you to do, if you're interested, go to theunprofessionalmom.com, sign up, click on my calendar, sign up. We'll talk, and I'll give you something just for you that can help you live a living legacy, so that you can leave the legacy that you want to leave. Okay. So, as usual, mamas, I want to love you to life, because I hate to hear people say I love you to death. That's crazy. But I am here to love you to life. All right. I love you to life. And I will see you all next time.